Welcome, everybody, to the first ever episode of After These Games, a Let's Play podcast hybrid where I'm going to be talking about gaming news, discussions, and topics while playing a game. So, this is the first time ever attempting this, so I don't know how well I'm going to do. I think there's going to be some humorous results. Sorry for the fish tank. There's not much I can do about the fish tank right now just because of my living conditions at the moment. But yeah, this is something I thought would be a little fun to do. I'm gonna play some Mario Odyssey. Figure start off by doing a game I really love. In the skies above Peach's castle. We got the Mario jumping and the Bowser jumping. So this is gonna be fun. So yeah, I'm recording this on March 1st, and there's actually been a lot of news this week, and I'm hoping to do a weekly podcast. Well, weekly Let's Play podcast. And so I'm gonna be going over weekly news throughout the entire episode. I'm hoping for hour-long episodes if I was just reporting on news. Unfortunately, I'm the only host of this show, so Mario. I'm the only host, so if I was just sitting in front of a camera talking about news, it probably wouldn't be entertaining. But I figured the gameplay would help me extend the length of the episodes to at least an hour long. That's my goal, is just weekly hour-long episodes. So yeah, Myers hat's been destroyed. Everyone knows this, because Mario Odyssey came out back in October of 2017, and it is currently 2019, so if you don't know what happened in Mario Odyssey, where have you been? Did you not get the memo that the Wii U is a dead console? I'm sorry, that's a low blow. Alright, gotta look around. And we do the jump. Alright, one of the first things I want to discuss is somewhat gaming related. It has to do with Pokemon. We have our first footage of the Mewtwo movie remake, Mewtwo Strikes Back. And yeah, it's pretty much, you know how Disney's remaking all their animated films into live action? Well, they're remaking this one into 3D animation, and we have our first look of, okay, I misread, not our first look of the remake, we've had our first look, but this was our first look at Ash, and Misty and Brock, and a lot of mixed receptions. I don't know how to really feel about it. It feels like this movie's unnecessary. Sorry about my voice. I'm feeling a little sick at the moment. And I'm not going to be reading the dialogue or going to be trying to do a completion run on Mario Odyssey at the moment. Who knows, maybe later on I'll decide to go back and complete it. But this is going to be more of a casual speed run of the game. So I'm not going to be really reading the dialogue. I'm just going to, take my time though. I'm not going to really speed run, but I'm not going to go collect every moon. Essentially, just play at my own pace and complete the main story. Not really worry about endgame, because the game's only half of the show. But anyway, back onto the Mewtwo remake. I mean, the Pokemon themselves look fine. It's just the human characters look a little off, and The whole movie just feels unnecessary. But someone on Twitter I follow commented that it was probably going to do better in Japan than Detective Pikachu is in Japan, and there's not much to argue against that, because he did bring up the point that just Japanese audiences are extremely critical of foreign movies, and I can somewhat understand that. But foreign movies based on their own properties, which again I can somewhat understand that, but Detective Pikachu really is just generally. I feel like there's more effort to make Detective Pikachu than there is Mewtwo Strikes Back remake, which I'm not saying there isn't any effort, but you know, it's a copy and paste, and I know 3D animation takes a while and all that, but I know there was a lot of effort in Detective Pikachu to bring those Pokemon into life, and I really think they did a good job in doing that. Speaking of Detective Pikachu, this week we did get a new trailer for Detective Pikachu, and it revealed more Pokemon, more of the story, and I really love the trailer. I'm actually never in a million years have I expected to be legitimately excited for a live action Pokemon movie and actually think, wow, they're actually gonna do a good job with this movie. And I feel like there's a lot of heart being put into this movie. Especially when the first half of the trailer is a rendition of the Pokemon theme, an orchestrated version of that, and then it like moves into I Need a Hero. I still feel like Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu just sounds too much like Deadpool, but hey, I'm not really complaining. I love Deadpool, so it's gonna be a little off-putting. Yeah, I just really love what the marketing and the trailer so far for Detective Pikachu, and I really hope the movie lives up to the hype. And we did get a major spoiler in regards to Detective Pikachu with the reveal of Mewtwo, which everyone actually saw coming because it was teased in one of the early posters. So that was interesting, and we saw some moments of Pikachu in action, so it made me really kind of realize that Pikachu's probably going to be fighting against Mewtwo. And now I haven't watched any of the recent Pokemon anime movies other than Pikachu I Choose You, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first time in a movie that Pikachu's going against Mewtwo. And if that's the case, that's actually pretty exciting to see. And it looks like that battle with the Pokemon balloons and that Macy's Thanksgiving Parade style. Yeah, I feel like that's going to be a very exciting Pokemon battle. And again, the designs really made it feel like they actually care about the property they're working on. I mean, it helps that, from what I've heard, that this artist that made these hyper-realistic Pokemon, so someone who is a fan of Pokemon was in charge of the designs in the movie, and yeah, there's just a lot of heart in that movie, and they could have, for a Hollywood movie, they could have easily gone the way of, like, say, Bay Turtles, where designs look like crap. Now that frog is tripping out. I do love that little nod to Sunshine with the Mario kind of like those little bubbles. I haven't really noticed that before. I did on my own try to start a completion run of Mario Odyssey not too long ago, but then I picked up New Super Mario Bros. Deluxe, so kind of fell out. So yeah, these early levels especially I'm going to just really breeze through because I played them recently. But I only got as far to the Wooden Kingdom in my last playthrough, so probably after that we'll see how things go. But yeah, a lot of Pokemon news in regards to movies, not necessarily game related, but it like not necessarily video games, but it's video game related. However, if you are looking for Pokemon video game news, you already know that they announced they had a Pokemon Direct that was 7 minutes long where they announced a new generation of Pokemon games, Gen 8. Pokemon Sword and Shield. And it's going to be on the Switch sometime late this year. That's what they said. I'm guessing a November release. They didn't outright say November, but it's probably going to be November. They're not going to miss out on holiday season. They're not going to miss out on Black Friday. But yeah, and we also got our look at the region, and a lot of people have pointed out that it resembles the UK, which I'm actually liking the new region, the Gallos region, simply because it actually looks a lot more unique than we've really seen. I mean, outside of the Alola region was a nice change, but yeah, Gallos region really feels still like really different from Pokemon's used to be, like more, mostly because I feel like the Pokemon regions have dealt with a lot more southern regions or equator regions, not really northern regions like the UK. So it should be really interesting. I love the graphics look okay. They could be a little better, like, but I'm not gonna expect too much. I know in Game Freak they're gonna probably keep the same. Like they're a company that says if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Wish they did more with the camera, but woo, Mega Heart. Wish there was like more of a freeform camera, and not just I forgot what it's called. Sorry, I'm sick. I'm just gonna call them the Resident Evil control. The cameras, or should I say the Let's Go Pikachu camera, where you'd have no control over it. So there's still some limitations, but I feel like they're gonna be taking baby steps like they always do. I don't know why I said steps like that. Baby steps. Baby steps. Who could be responsible for this? I don't know. Maybe it was the dragon that I was fighting. The, turtle dragon. Bowser. Oh yeah, and going back onto the Pokemon aspect. Again, sorry if I take pauses. This is the first time. I'm not used to talking and playing games at the same time, so this is really new to me. So again, I don't know how this is going to turn out. But anyway, back onto the new Pokemon game, Sword and Shield, which I love the titles. I'm probably going to get both. I'm going to explain why. Now, I normally go with either one or the other. However, the starters... Now, the starters got mixed receptions, especially Score Bunny. Everyone's really loving Sobble, and a lot of people seem to love Grookey? Yeah. Yeah, it's Grookey. Scorbunny, Sobble, and Grookey. Now, I wasn't feeling Grookey. However, I was really liking Scorbunny and Sobble. I mean, as I stomp on a bunny's head, let me talk to you about why I love Scorbunny, because he or she is a bunny. Now, as long as Nintendo doesn't make the evolutions be bait to some 18 plus art, I should be fine with Scorbunny. You know, we haven't seen the evolutions, but I really love Scorbunny and Sobble equally, and Sobble just all around looks adorable. And I really want Sobble, and I just can't choose between Scorbunny and Sobble. Bunnies are adorable, and I love the energy Scorbunny has. Wow, I love Sobble. He's just too precious for this world, and I can't choose between the two of them. So I'm just gonna have to get both games and get both starters. I love the closing designs. I love some of the areas we get to saw in the trailer. That was really interesting. One thing everyone's talking about is we saw the trainer in a sports jersey entering a stadium. Don't know what's exactly happening there. So, who knows what that's gonna be about. We're probably gonna get more information. No, it's not probably gonna get more information. We're definitely gonna get more information later on this year. So, but overall, I like how Sword and Shield looks so far. Now, who knows, maybe the evolutions will maybe turn me off to either Sobble or Scorbunny, or hey, maybe they'll actually make me want Grookey more. Who knows? And I'm a Pokemon fan, but I'm not a huge Pokemon fan, if you get what I mean. I played through most of the games, but I didn't play Gen 2 until the remake. So, I also never played any of the Black and White games. I completely skipped those. Not on purpose, it was just one of those, I never bothered to buy those games, or never bothered to play them. The latest Pokemon games I just haven't really been feeling, so... I mean, I grew up with Gen 1, so you can call me a Gen 1er all you want. But, yeah, I grew up playing Pokemon Blue. So... Sorry. Just kind of goofing around. Woo, Power Moon! So, yeah, I guess I'm a filthy Gen 1er, if you want to call me that. But I actually really love Gen 3. I grew up, when I got a little older. I was a very little kid when I started playing Pokemon, 4 years old. So when Gen 3 came around, I was still in that age demographic to be a part of, and I played the Gen 1 remake, of course. I was really a big fan of Ruby and Sapphire and Pokemon Leaf Green. Really big fan of those games. Like everyone, I'm waiting for my Diamond and Pearl remake. Desperately waiting. Oh, another thing about the new feature, the new Pokemon game, Sword and Shield, is that they got rid of the walking Pokemon from Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. And I actually played, I actually have Let's Go Pikachu and didn't get super far. I got alright, but they got rid of seeing the Pokemon in the tall grass, as far as we know. Alright, from that trailer, it looks like they got rid of them, and which is like, oh, that is a huge bummer. Because it made the world, all alive, and yeah, it seems like that's a feature everyone's missing. Even though Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee got review bombed like crazy when it came out. I think it's a very enjoyable Pokemon game, and yeah, it's easier in the sense that you have more control of what's going on. However, other than that, it's still same Pokemon, but again, I'm not a huge competitive Pokemon player, so there's probably features that we're missing that I didn't really care to know. Anyway, however, again, it's crazy that like, hey, what about this thing from Let's Go Pikachu? It's like, wait, but you guys, everyone was hating on the internet can be a weird place sometimes. A weird and hypocritical place. But again, I actually do miss that feature. But I say, as far as we know, because who knows, maybe there is an option to have the Pokemon be out there. Like, maybe they'll have kind of a quote-unquote easy mode, a Let's Go mode, and a competitive mode. So maybe there's an option to toggle to say, hey, to make it easier, we're gonna show you the Pokemon. But again, that's some heavy speculation with no basis to that theory. But I'm just gonna be an open-minded person when it comes to that. Alright. Time to take control of Mr. T-Rex. Mr. Tyrannosaurus Rex. Because I'm a mother flippin' T-Rex. Gotta be careful not to swear in these videos. That's something I definitely have to work on. But should be alright. I am definitely gonna screw myself over if I really try to go far back. But anyway, choo choo! All aboard the T-Rex train! Die rocks, even though you're inanimate objects with no life, but get out of the way! I'm not, I know this is not funny, this is very cringy, but I'm sick. And yeah, I know I'm using that as an excuse, but this is just me trying to be funny and not actually being funny. This is more me being embarrassing. It's too big. I can't hold on to it any longer. And internet, take that out of context. And I kind of realized I spent a lot of like the first 20 minutes talking about Pokemon, so let's talk about something else that's Nintendo related. Now, I mentioned Bowser, and it looks like Bowser is taking over Nintendo. No, if you haven't heard, which, how have you not heard, is that Reggie I should say soon to be former president of Nintendo of America, is retiring, and Doug Bowser is going to be taking over. Like everyone, I wasn't sure how to feel about this. It was... Reggie has become a meme. He is... Here's the thing. Now, a lot of executives don't really put their face out like Reggie does. Reggie is a showman. However, Reggie made it so that we kind of have this high expectation of executives. Simply because Reggie actually seemed like he legitimately cared about the fans and the properties he was working on. Definitely more so than EA. I will talk about EA later in this episode, but anyway, he seemed to really care about about the fans, and what's really nice to see is that he is retiring. Like, he's just retiring, not trying to take a better deal from another company as far as we know, and he's not ditching Nintendo when, like, it was kind of a good thing he didn't ditch Nintendo when the Wii U was in the middle of its life, because that would have actually made him look bad. But he's leaving at the height of Nintendo's success in the current generation, so he's leaving on a high note with leaving in the middle of Switch. Not only that, he doesn't have any major scandals as far as we know, and he did a message saying thank you to the fans, and that he's looking forward to be a fan of Nintendo games. Like, to step down and just be a fan and enjoy life, and I wish him a happy retirement. And a lot of people are wondering, okay, but what about this Doug Bowser guy? Okay, well, first of all, Reggie did say, what a perfect name to be the president of Nintendo, Doug Bowser, and yeah, Bowser, everyone, that is the perfect name to be working at Nintendo. So, but still, people were like nervous because, but let's be honest, nobody's gonna replace Reggie Fils-Aimé. Nobody's gonna replace My Body Is Ready. My Body Is Reggie, the Reginator Fils-Aimé. That is just never going to happen. However, one thing I've been seeing with Doug Bowser, I started following him on Twitter. He seems like he's actually so everyone's making memes because of Doug Bowser's name, last name being Bowser, and just saying, you know, having Bowser taking over Nintendo. However, I'm really glad to see that Doug, instead of trying to avoid it, he is owning it. He is actually, like, there's a picture of him with a note saying thank you for the warm welcome, and in the background he has Mario and Luigi tied up, which he is very much owning that meme, and it's very refreshing to see. And it makes me feel like, and if you see actually some of the footage of Doug Bowser, in fact, while he was working at Nintendo before becoming president, I feel confident that he's going to do a good job. And I'm not sure if this is true. I don't remember where I heard this from, but apparently Doug Bowser was the person in charge of the marketing for the Switch, which is a big deal because, one, the marketing for the Wii U was garbage. It was absolute garbage. While the marketing for the Switch was a major step up and did an excellent job. So, yeah, it makes me confident that Nintendo of America is going to be in good hands, but we still have to wait and see. Alright, got the moons. Now, why am I not in the live streaming? Well, one, I'm not going to be reading. I don't feel confident enough to be able to read chats while playing games, let alone reporting the news. Two, I want this to be like a podcast that I can have on YouTube, essentially. Even though I'm not going to really edit that much. I don't know, like, I just don't feel like people want only hour-long streams. There's more mistakes that can be made in a stream. Like, even though I'm going to leave these videos largely unedited, I will always have that option to edit said video. I'm probably going to keep calling this podcast because that's how I kind of want to treat it, as a podcast. And we are a half an hour in, so halfway through. only talking about Nintendo and myself. Man, I'm such an egotistical prick. But yeah, I just don't. I feel like streaming also puts a lot more pressure, makes it easier for you to screw up. And what's interesting about the, like, I have it set up so my voice is louder than the game, but and the game's not absolutely quiet, so depending how this goes, I might have to quiet down the game. There's gotta be a lot of rough edges in the first few episodes, but that's why I'm starting out with Mario Odyssey. I really can't wait for Mario Maker to do episodes like this. It should be really interesting. Now, I've accidentally pressed A when I didn't want to, but anyway. On March 1st, we actually have an announcement of a new single-player Star Wars game. That, well, we're gonna have like an official, like, better announcement in April. We just kind of got a rough idea. Like, we have no release date. We have a title. I believe it's The Fallen Order. I mean, I'm gonna have sources to the news in the description below, like to the links I found these. But yeah, we're gonna have a single-player Star Wars game. Which, if you just say that, oh, that's good. EA's finally listening to fans. Well, the thing is, it's EA. They'll always screw up. Always. They will always find a way to, like, make something that seems like a good idea into a bad idea. And there's already one red flag. The studio that's going to be behind this. We also have a brief plot synopsis of the game. It's going to be following a Jedi Padawan that escaped Order 66 and is going to be taking place between episodes 3 and 4. Not surprising, but that's not the red flag. No, the red flag is the studio EA's having make is Respawn. Now, Respawn's not, I'm not saying they're a bad game developer. No, they made Titanfall and Apex Legends, and I hear a lot of people liking Apex Legends. So they can make a good games. However, it's the type of games they're making. They're prominently known for shooters, not necessarily single-player story games. But, hey, I'm not going to be too harshly critical about it. It is a red flag, but I'm not going to... Like, maybe EA wants them to step out of their comfort zone. However, I still don't see why they should step out of their comfort zone. Now, this is why it's a red flag, though. Because if you've been following gaming news, like I have, you've heard about Anthem and how not so great that game's been doing. That was BioWare doing a looter shooter, and BioWare is known for games like Mass Effect, a heavy open world single player game series. So, see, now do you understand why that's a red flag? Yeah, I have to thank Twitter for this, because someone pointed out on Twitter, just because it's like, wait, why does EA have the studio that's behind, that is used to making shooters, making a single player Star Wars game, while they have the company, the studio that makes that is known for making single player games, making a battle royale-esque, no, a looter shooter? Seems very much... See, this kind of goes beyond EA not caring. This is EA having a very backwards way of thinking, which is very concerning. Not surprising, but concerning. So I'd be very cautious on what news we're gonna get about the Star Wars game. And wow, I am getting hit by these yellow Goombas. I have the game guide so I can look up the names. Sorry. Look up the names for these enemies if I want to, but I don't want to right now. I want to talk about gaming news. But yeah, I recommend. I know it seems like it might be exciting that, oh, we're finally getting a single-player Star Wars game after a long time, but I would definitely be very cautious. And we have no idea what type of microtransactions are going to be in the game. And yes, there are going to be microtransactions in the game. I don't care if you say, well, you don't know that for sure. You're right. However, it's EA. They're known to be the greediest company in gaming history. Like, they are known to shut down studios. They are known to be the most evil gaming publisher. Even more evil than the fictional company of Abstergo. Jokes aside, I don't have high hopes for this game. As much as I would love a single player Star Wars game, I just don't feel confident being under EA. I know I'm dwelling on more negative news, but let's continue the train of unfortunate negativity. Is Red Dead Online 2, like Red Dead Online. Oof. Yeah, not a lot of people are happy with the quote-unquote beta. Now, I was watching Boogie 2988's video, and yeah, he has a point. If you're charging for microtransactions on the online version, it's no longer a beta. It's a full-on, like, it's a release. So it shouldn't be called a beta. But yeah, a lot of people are not happy, especially, it's just, I was very much disappointed when I tried out Red Dead Online. Now, here's how bad Red Dead Online is to me. Again, this is just me. I'm not really a big online multiplayer fan, but I was looking forward to Red Dead Online and the potentials of that. And I was really having so much fun with Red Dead Redemption 2, and wow, that was a yikes. Anyway, I was a fan of Red Dead Redemption 2, and I was playing that quite often. But when I tried out Red Dead Online, I kind of got turned off to Red Dead Redemption 2, and I haven't played it since I tried Red Dead Online. So, and again, the microtransactions is ridiculous, and I think Rockstar needs to go back and either really work on Red Dead Online, that give it like a huge patch like Boogie 2988 says, or they focus on making more single player games, because they're really good at making open world single player games, and they have so many IPs under their belt that they're just not using. I don't see that happening, but there's a part of me that's hopeful that it might happen. Now into some more funny news, is that the game Plague Inc. has added, because of an online petition, added a scenario to the game. Like, okay, there was a petition online, and I read this from PC Gamer, and I thought it was funny, where they wanted to add anti-vaxxers to the game, which is really funny idea, and they actually did. The people behind Plague Inc. actually added in anti-vaxxers as a scenario to the game, so I think that's a really funny and brilliant idea. I applaud Plague Inc. for doing that. There was some other news that happened. Let's see, I talked about Nintendo stuff mostly already. There's something else I would have to look at my phone real quick because I have like links to a bunch of different news sources to what I saw. I'm just gonna clear this on. I'm just gonna have to pause for a quick second. This is probably gonna be a horrible podcast, but who knows, maybe people will like this really amateurly made podcast Let's Play. No, that was ouch, wow, I screwed up. I guess this would be a good time for me to take a look-see. So, sorry Mario's gonna be a little static. He's a little cold right now. Oh, Cyberpunk 2077 has announced it's going to be at E3 this year. That's not major news, but people are looking forward to Cyberpunk 2077. It does look like a neat game, and it's made by CD Projekt Red, which are they're the studio behind the Witcher series, so it looks like an interesting game, and it looks like they might have people are suspecting that there might be a release date announced at E3, but that's speculation. Not much is really known as far as I read and saw. Well, not really read, but like watched in regards to what it is, other than like I know what the game's going to be about, but it's more what's going to be at E3. Wow, I was not paying attention. If I wasn't so focused on the news, I would be playing the game maybe a little bit better. Probably not, but ooh, nice. Anyway, but we just know there's gonna be a lot of speculation from now to E3 about Cyberpunk 2077 unless they decide to announce something before E3, which I'm doubtful they will. They're probably going to want to keep most of the announcements under wraps until E3. We'll probably get some gameplay footage if there hasn't been any already. I mean, if there has, then we're definitely going to get more. So, I'm interested to see more about this game. I do like Cyberpunk, the Cyberpunk aesthetic. Gotta be careful sometimes with those. Anyway, not much to talk about there. Now if you have been on Twitter lately, now the studio THQ Nordic, I don't remember what games they made. I didn't really look up. I know the studio name, but I can't put a game to the name, if you know what I mean. But anyway, they were in the news for a major whoops. Like, this is a big whoops that definitely somebody needs to be fired for making that bonehead decision of, let's do an AMA not on Reddit but on 8chan. If you don't know what 8chan is, don't look it up. There are some very, very inappropriate images that are not suitable for anyone. And people who enjoy said inappropriate images are definite creeps. Now, that is me being very vague because I don't want to outright say it because it's disgusting for one. The audio seems to be cutting for some reason. Or at least the gameplay audio. Kind of weird. That's probably the laptop I'm running on. It's not a streaming laptop, so not gonna be the greatest. That was my cat. But yeah. And it was a lot of, in the words of the angry video game nerd, this is why I have to say to THQ Nordic. What were you thinking? Apparently they didn't. They made a statement after they had, like a couple hours after they made an announcement of the AMA, saying, oh, we didn't know about the site and the appropriate nature, and which people have proven, no, you did. And yeah, if this was a stunt to be edgy and have PR, like have some sort of PR and having people talk about them, oh boy, that was a dumb decision. Now there's better videos made on that, but that was a very idiotic decision. Now I know this is a boss and he is going to be very annoyed at me when we actually have a fight. Now, maybe the audio is just cutting during the recording, but who knows? I really hope this turns out okay. Maybe it's my headphones. It doesn't seem like my headphones because I can hear my voice just fine. It's probably my laptop. I don't have money to get a very expensive laptop right now. So, kind of crap out of luck there. Anyway, I forgot the name, but whoever made that decision, no, don't ever. That should go out as a warning to any game studios, any company thinking having an AMA on 8chan is a good idea. Let this be a warning that don't ever do that. And I am surprised THQ is not getting as much bad press as it is. It is. I feel like there should be more, but it somehow flew under the radar. That's kind of a miracle. What else do we have? Sorry, I have to pause the game real quick. Oh yeah, so Resident Evil games, specifically Resident Evil Remake, the HD remake, Resident Evil 0, and Resident Evil 4 are coming to the Switch. That's pretty cool. Except there's a little tiny problem. For some reason, they seem to be more expensive on the Switch than they are on other platforms. Like, Resident Evil 4 is going to be $30, while on PlayStation 4, which I do own that version, have yet to play it, but it's only $20 on PlayStation 4, and I'm assuming Xbox, yeah, it's going to be $30 on the Switch. Now, if they were coming out with a physical release, and there's the argument to be made that, you know, they have to add the price up, like, charge more because the cartridge, like having to make a cartridge for it, except Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil Remake are digital exclusive, so it's mind-boggling and makes Capcom look a little greedier. Maybe it is Nintendo's decision, but I'm very doubtful. It seems like Capcom's trying to make more money from the Switch, and that seems very scummy. They did a really fantastic job with Resident Evil 2 and actually got me... Ooh, that was bad. Got me excited for... Like, it actually made me a fan of the Resident Evil franchise. I love the remake, my first Resident Evil game. But yeah, shame on you, Capcom. That was a no-no. And that's most of the news I wanted to talk about, except for one. Fallout 76. My oh my oh my oh my, you done screwed up again. Now, there was a player. I don't know the name. I've heard a couple stories, but like, it's the same story, but a couple different reports. That this one, player got banned from Fallout 76 for having, quote, too much ammo, unquote. And the thing is, it's like, he actually has, somehow, this person was able to play Fallout 76 for 900 hours. Which is insane. I don't even understand how Fallout 76 could be played in 9 hours. Which I don't understand anyone who could ever play for even 9 hours of that game. That is... I mean, more power to you. If you were having fun with that game, I won't stop you. But Bethesda, you literally banned the one person that was enjoying your game because of apparently having too much ammo. And here's the thing, though. The player actually claims that he didn't have a lot of ammo. He did mention that he was switching swapping guns between his 900-hour account and a new account he made. Unfortunately, he can't show any evidence of, the ammo because, well, he's banned from the game, so we kind of just have to take his word on it. Which is a little risky, but yeah, Fallout 76 is a bad scenario. Alright, I'm gonna beat this boss, and that would be it for this episode. We're about 5 minutes away from being an hour long, and I can't wait to see how well this episode turns out, or how horribly this episode turns out. Again, with some of the game's audio seems to be cutting, which I don't know why. But I'm really hopeful that I keep being allowed to do this, and hopefully next time I record this, which should be next week, I should not be feeling like crap. But yeah, there's a lot of gaming news this week. And I'm going to play... The first couple episodes are going to be Mario Odyssey until Yoshi's Crafted World. I'm going to get that. And the reason I'm going to switch games because I do want this show to do somewhat well. So that means having to do some stuff that's going to be trending. I want to stick with mostly Nintendo games, considering I bought almost a $200 capture card so I can play Switch games, especially Mario Maker 2 when it comes out. I can't wait for that game. Alright. Pyramid is rising, and this seems like a good stopping place for this episode. I should be able to pick up back up where I left on next week. The hole in the desert. Oh my. I can give innuendos, but I can't outright say it because Nintendo will demonetize. No, they'll demonetize me for existing. Alright. YouTube will go ahead and they will definitely wreck this channel for any reason, especially with what's happening now with the comments. But okay, before I go, I want to talk about Mario's face. What the heck? He is way too excited about the save button. Just that's a tasty a save button right there. I can't wait to cook that up with some meatballs and the spaghetti. It looks so delicious. Cappy's very confused. He's just confused. Understandably confused. But anyway, that's it for this episode. I really want to... This was actually kind of fun to record. Too bad I was sick. But yeah, it was fun actually talking about gaming news and while playing a game. I didn't know how well that was going to turn out, and wasn't sure if I was going to get an hour out of this video, but I'm glad that I was able to. So anyway, until next week, I'll anyway, subscribe for I'm not even going to do YouTube shenanigans. I'm just going to say, hey, thank you for listening. Thank you for joining me watching me play Mario Odyssey and failing horribly. Yeah, I hope to keep doing this, and I hope you all have a good day, good night, and enjoy yourselves. I'll see you in the next video, and I'll talk to you again soon. This goodbye has gone long enough. I need to find a way to properly end this episode. I gotta think of something. Not right now, but anyway, have a good day, and catch you later.